based on the number of trucks that are parked along this road in the middle of the day after doing their deliveries, I would say that my dispatcher isn't the only one having trouble finding us a good load. But we've got one now. We are going over to Sparrow Springs, Maryland, which is just the opposite side of Baltimore. And then we're headed down to Oakwood, Georgia. So maybe, just maybe, I'll get to do my 34 at home tomorrow and Sunday. We'll see. Hope so. Been a little while. It'd be easier to find if they actually put numbers on the sides of the buildings, though. Be right back. Alright, well, so this place is different. We are at a brand new distribution center or facility, warehouse, and we are the only ones here. When I got here, I went into the check-in at the shipping office and there's nobody home. I mean, the office is there, there's just nobody there. So I kind of wandered around the place and found a couple of open dock doors, and there was somebody working inside the warehouse, and I was like, hey, I need to check in, I got to pick up a load. And he's like, okay, just bring your truck over here. And yeah, this is a brand new whole complex of distribution centers and warehouses in here. It's nice. A little convoluted getting in, but not too bad. So we are getting loaded currently. He said it would only take about 10 minutes. That was about 5 minutes ago. So I would guesstimate that we are almost done. As far as getting out of here, we are on the east side of Baltimore, just north of DC, if you're not familiar with where Baltimore is, which means we will wind up going pretty close to through DC. The route that I'm going to take us, essentially from here, we're going to go down State Road 3 until we can pick up Route 214, and we'll take Route 214 west over to I-495. Once we hit 495, you know, that's a beltway that goes around the outside and the lower half of DC, and it meets up with I-95, which we will then take the rest of the way down to wherever it is that we hop from there onto 85 and 85 all the way home. I can't remember the exact point where it connects, but it's not really relevant. So that's the route that we're going to take. I wish we didn't have to take 95. I don't really like taking 95, as I've said many times before, but this time of the day, it's only 12:30. We will beat most of, I mean, we're not anywhere close to rush hour on either side, and I think we'll be okay. It's really from New York to DC that it's really bad, but once you get south of DC, and especially south of Richmond, 95 is not really that big a deal. So that's what we're gonna do. And from the feel of it, we may be done loading. Nope, there's still more to go. But we'll be unloaded soon, and then we will get out of here and get south of DC as fast as humanly possible. Well, maybe not as fast as humanly possible, because humans drive cars, and cars can go faster than trucks. As fast as truckerly possible, let's put it that way. I hadn't actually looked at when our destination arrival appointment was. It's Monday, so we will have the weekend at home. It's only 650 miles from here to Georgia, to Atlanta. So we will be home fairly early tomorrow afternoon. I've got plenty of time left on the clock to get us a good distance today. I figure, well, we got almost 7 hours of drive time still available to us, so we can get better than halfway there if we want to. I think I'll probably stop somewhere in North Carolina, maybe Southern Virginia, depending on how it goes. We'll see. But that's the plan. And then it'll be a short drive tomorrow morning to get the rest of the way home, and then I'll have a almost 2 full days off, which is good because I need the rest. Alrighty, we are loaded and ready to get out of here. Slightly heavy one, 41,000 pounds. Let me get my dispatcher notified. Almost 42,000 pounds. Not too heavy, but heavy enough we're gonna have to scale at some point. But I'm gonna fire off a quick message to my dispatcher, let him know we're loaded, and I've got the tracking app. He hasn't given us a fuel stop yet. That may influence our route, but hopefully not until we get south of DC. Because I think the route that I selected was a pretty darn good one, all things considered. So let's go, shall we? Oh, I still gotta slide the tandems. Almost forgot. Fortunately, I didn't forget to release the pins. You can tell how heavy a load is by how much it fights you when you want to slide your tandems. There we go. Locked in. Let's go. Well, that was a close call. We had to go through the inspection station before we got on this bridge, and there was actually an inspector there who just waved us through. Didn't even bother to look at our ABS light, which is still on. Hopefully we will get that fixed this weekend. So Trucker Path wants to take us all kinds of weird routes, but the road signs are saying through trucks to Richmond, take I-97. Signs, because once we get to Richmond it's easy, but if the road signs are telling me to take 97, that's what I'm going to do. We are navigating the old-fashioned way, finding a sign that says where you want to go or something that you know along the way, and just follow the signs. No maps, no GPS, just follow the signs. Said it once or twice, but I-95 sucks. Freaking parking lot. It'll clear up once we get south of Richmond, but it's only 2:30. No reason there should be this much damn traffic. No reason at all. Just too many people in this whole region. They don't all fit. They especially don't all fit on the roads. Scales are open. Let's see if we get a free pass. still haven't weighed this load. There aren't any real truck stops in this region.
Route recalculation. After half a mile, join the highway.
Folks, moment of truth. Are we legal? I mean, we've only been driving for 3 hours, crossed over 2 weigh stations. Haven't gotten caught yet, but are we legal? We got bypasses basically at both of the 2 weigh stations that we had to go into.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I know the suspense is killing you. I got a phone call. Sorry. Just as we were weighing. How rude of him to interrupt us like that. But anyways, not only were we legal, we were almost perfectly balanced. We were 11,800 on the steers, 32,680 on the drives, and 32,620 on the tandems, with a gross of 77,100. But that's pretty close to balanced, I'd say. It will be balanced by the time we hit fuel, but then that'll take us right back out of balance. So whatever. We I went ahead and found us a I'm beat, y'all. That traffic just took it out of me. So I went inside and use the facilities and caved to temptation of getting myself something to eat. So I'm going to be braking fast a little bit, but I'm a stress eater and traffic is stressful, so I feel like I earned it. Even if I didn't. Anyways, what I was saying is that I have found us a place to stop about 2 hours south of here. We've still got 3 hours and change on the clock, but there really isn't a whole lot of options, and I don't want to stop at a Pilot Flying J type place. I wanted to find a mom and pop. So we're going to be stopping in Bracy, Virginia, which I think is just north of the state line with North Carolina. Which is fine. that's where we're going. It's just a little bit east of Greensboro. How is that in Virginia? I'm looking at it now. It must be just barely across the state line or something. Simmons Auto Truck Terminal in Bracy, Virginia. But it sure looks like it's in North Carolina, but I guess it's just sitting on the state line or something. But that's where we're headed. See you soon. Something tells me we caught up to that nasty flatbed from earlier before Richmond. We split off and went 295. He went 95. He must have made better time through Richmond than we did going around it. We caught up to him. I don't know how that bucket he's driving is still on the road. Got a headlight out. He's got to be burning more oil than diesel. I mean, this truck is just absolutely disgusting, filthy. He's got to have full-on lung cancer just for driving that thing. Disgusting truck. We're 27 miles away from our stop tonight. Sun's going down. It's 54 degrees outside, so I'll probably sleep the engine off. Hope the temperature doesn't drop too low tonight. Otherwise, I will have to run the engine, get up, freeze my butt off in the morning. But that's what I do a lot of nights, so it wouldn't be anything different. I don't know if I'll wake up bright and early tomorrow. I mean, we're just going home. We've only got to go through the Carolinas and about 50 miles into Georgia, or 60 miles into Georgia. So we'll be home fairly early tomorrow. I'm in no rush to get there. I don't have anything urgent waiting on me when I get there, so I may sleep in if I'm called to do so. I shall sleep in. We shall see. So this is where we're parked for the night. Little mom and pop truck stop named Simmons. We're just north of the North Carolina Virginia state line on the Virginia side, which I guess is obviously the north side, about 4 miles north of the border on I-95. I am worn out. I was just all sort of stressed out because of all that traffic around DC, all the way to Richmond, just like I said it would be. Off and on, it was just stop and go, stop and go. I mean, we'd have stretches where there was no traffic, and then we got close to Richmond and it started being traffic again. I hate I-95. And that's why. It took us freaking forever, because half the time we were doing 15, 25, 35 miles an hour, and the other half were flying, and it was for no damn reason. There was no accidents, no cops, no real construction. I mean, a little bit of construction, but not a whole lot. No reason for it to be so much traffic. I hate it. And it's like that all the time, any time of the day. I think I've gone through in the middle of the night a couple of times where it wasn't too bad, but during the day, it's just always just a freaking parking lot. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I will do almost anything I can to avoid it, but this time around there was just no avoiding it, based off of where we were picking up and where we were headed. But anyways, I am going to get in the back. I haven't even gone inside the store. I will probably have breakfast at the seein at the Huddle House in the morning, which means I get to sleep in, if I want to keep my diet schedule or recover my diet schedule, because I cheated. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. And we are only 300 and something, a little over 400 miles from home. So we'll be home tomorrow pretty quickly, pretty early, and then I will be able to take a good solid day and a half to rest, which I need it, in my bed, without having to deal with the engine not idling. It's gonna idle tonight, and I'll tell you why it's gonna idle tonight. And I know it'll idle all night long is because I'm backed up to a curb, and I'm using that to keep me from rolling, because we're on a good slope. It's, you know, a fairly good slope. Here's the back. We're not going anywhere. We weigh 40 or 78,000 pounds, and we're backed up to a curb that's keeping us from rolling backwards. There's no way we're rolling up a hill with almost 80,000 pounds. So I'm not putting the brakes on. I'm just leaving it with no brakes at all. And that will virtually guarantee that the engine will idle all night long. I have a set of chocks at home. There's a piece of dunnage under the bunk that I have been thinking about trying to use, but it's just, I mean, it's only about that big. I'm not sure if that's big enough to act as a functional chalk at some of these places that we park. If it was a level parking lot, maybe, but if it's a place like this where it's a pretty sizable slope, or the place where we were last night that has the same kind of slope, but we were facing straight down it, I wouldn't have trusted that piece of dunnage for a chalk. But I have some actual chalks at home that I just haven't had out on the truck with me. I'm going to bring those out when I come back out, so that I don't have to worry about idling and setting the brakes and all that stuff. Because sometimes this truck will idle with the trailer brakes set. Sometimes it will not, and I don't know what the difference is. You know, it's got something to do with the air conditioning, or it used to have something to do with the air conditioning. When I don't set the air conditioning, it won't idle more than an hour or two. But with the air conditioning set, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know what the difference is. It didn't last night. It'll idle for a couple hours and then it shuts itself off. But I'm almost 100% certain it'll idle all night long with the brakes not set. Which is funny, because tonight would be ideal weather for me to not run the engine. But I'm going to run the engine because I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Damn it. I deserve a good night's sleep. Damn it. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Good morning. It is 6:30. I know you're saying, why is it so late that you're starting out this morning? Well, that's because it's Saturday, and we are on the second day of a load that is taking us home, and we don't deliver until Monday at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So we've got all the time in the world to get there. We're only 400 miles away, and the delivery is only 15 minutes from the yard once we get there. So I'm just taking my time. I slept in. I had a great night's sleep. I am about to go over to the Huddle House, even though it is just miserable outside. have some breakfast. But I'll get back in a few, and then we will get on the road, and it's just going to be a short day of driving. Like I said, only 400 miles. That's 8 hours, less than 8 hours. That's 8 hours if you're driving, averaging 50 miles an hour. It's like nothing. We've got a fuel stop somewhere along the route. I'm not, it's in North Carolina, but I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's not far from here. I think it's like 50 miles south of here, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll do that and then get home as quickly as possible without being just in a rush. I don't want to feel like I'm in a rush. I'm starting my weekend off by just taking a nice leisurely drive, a nice leisurely morning. So that's how we're going. I'm going to go in, get some breakfast, and then we'll get going. See you soon. Alright, so I had a delicious breakfast. I had an omelet, meat lover's omelet, or whatever they call it there, and grits. Well done, or properly done grits instead of that crap they serve you up north. And a biscuit that was really good. So, good breakfast. I have gotten my supplies from the store, finished my pre-trip. It is time to get on the road, so I will see you on the flip side. Why is it that whenever I am running empty and I have a lot of fuel to put in my tank, that I get the pump that I have to hold and pump by hand because the little latch doesn't work properly? It's twice now that that's happened, and both times it's been because it's been on a fuel stop that I had to put in a lot of fuel. So I had to stand there and just patiently hold it because the latch doesn't work. Anyways, we are filled up. We are ready to go. There's nobody waiting behind me, so I can sit here and talk for a minute. The DEF pump was also extremely slow, so I just went inside and used the bathroom while it did its thing, because it was taking forever. What's next? Next is home. 330 miles to get there. I feel like it's been a long time driving already. I think we've only done 80 miles or so, but it feels like a lot longer for some reason. Maybe it's because we slept in and started the day off later than normal, and so it's already daytime. It's already 9 o'clock, and by now I would have been driving for about almost 5 hours on a normal day. So maybe that's what it is. But anyways, we've got 5.5 hours to go. Less than that, 330 miles at pretty decent speeds for the most part. We are just north of Charlotte, I think. Where are we? We're just east of Greensboro. And from Greensboro we head down into Charlotte and then into South Carolina and all the way through. So got a fair amount of driving still left to do, but we will be there pretty quick. And I can go home, and I can rest, and I can edit YouTube videos. But I did get another one edited last night and uploaded, so I'm not running behind. I've still got enough queued up that I still have some catching up to do. But I anticipate being fully caught up by the end of this weekend. Let's go, shall we? Big pickup trucks, but mine's bigger. And we're home. So kind of a boring day of driving. Nothing eventful. A little bit of traffic. Quite a few spots where I was just kind of stuck behind slowpokes and couldn't get around them because we're in a big heavy truck and lots of little hills. Just enough to slow us down so that we couldn't accelerate past anybody, but just enough to slow us down So I was getting frustrated by being behind. But it's one of those days. Anyways, I will see y'all on Monday. It is 3 o'clock, so it's a little later than I wanted to get home, but not too late. Anyways, cheers. Cheers. Where'd that come from? Adios. Prepared. Hello. Big fella. Hey there, big fella. Hey, how you doing? What's that? What's that? Huh? What's that? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hello. Hey. Hello, kitty. Hello. Yes, I'm home. Yeah, you gotta snoof me. You gotta snoof me. You know you miss me, don't you? Yes, you do. You miss me, don't you? Yeah. Oh, you can't get more in my lap. You're already all the way. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, yeah, I know. It's gone so long. Shall we sing? You want to sing? Sing. Oh. Good morning, folks. So it's Monday. It's 9:20. We are already sitting at the receiver for the load that we picked up on Friday, the pigment bags. There's a truck that's getting unloaded right now that we're waiting on. As soon as he pulls out of here, we'll get in there and get unloaded. I don't know yet what our next load is going to be, but we will just sit here and wait and find out as soon as we're empty. Had a good weekend. Got some editing done. Got some relaxing done. Make sure he can get past me. Yep. Got a couple new gadgets, including a new microphone. This Rove Mobile Me microphone. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know how well it'll work, but we'll find out. Hopefully, it will give us some better audio quality when we're out in noisy environments. It comes with some muffs. I don't know whether I'll use them or not. I think they're magnetic. I haven't tried it yet. Let's see. Let's find out. I don't know how this attaches. Huh, just like that. Hello, hello. So, yep. Cute. Where were we? So yeah, I had a good weekend. Got to see my daughter, or at least my youngest daughter. Got to see the dogs, the parents, and just had a good chance to relax, which I definitely needed. I was wearing thin.